Welcome to Selling Out.
Coming up on today's episode.
Maybe don't do that. Yeah.
Minions are really in right now. I don't know what's happened. I kind of am obsessed with them.
Minion coding.
I'm done. Literally, he's just like, I've done my set, I'm off, and literally gets it out doing so.
It's being confident enough to recognize that is you.
You follow my Instagram, I see.
Before we welcome today's guests, a quick thank you to our brilliant sponsors.
Yeah, if you're heading to Brighton and you want to make the trip legendary, quite literally, book your stay at Legends Hotel right on the seafront and just steps away from the city's best nightlife.
They're also the home to some of Brighton's hottest drag shows, so you can sleep, sip and party all in one place.
Book at legendsresortbrighton.com and tell them we sent you.
And if your current headache is less, where am I staying this weekend, and more, how do I buy this house?
Mortgage Medics have you covered. They specialise in straightforward, no drama mortgage advice, whether you're buying your first place, moving up, or refinancing.
Their team take the stress out of the process, find the right deal for you, and make sure you're smiling long after you got those keys.
Basically, they're your home-owning headache cure.
So go to mortgage-medics.com and tell them we sent you.
Welcome to Selling Out, Andrea Walker and Mike Ashurst.
Hey,
welcome.
Hiya, thank you.
How are we feeling?
I'm a bit nervous.
Don't be nervous, Mike. We'll be
I'd
gentle.
love to
We'll be
talk,
gentle.
Yeah, exactly. It's all on camera. So first question. So what is the letter of the alphabet that you identify with?
Ooh, probably queer more than anything.
Yeah, big old Q like me. Yeah.
Yeah, for
I'm
sure.
also a big old Q.
Nice.
Love that Q.
And what are your pronouns?
He, him.
Also he, him.
Okay. Yeah, 3 he, hims and 1 they, them.
Yeah.
Nice.
And one G and he, him, yeah.
Nice. Lovely. First question we always ask is we take you right back, although for you probably not as far back as some of our guests it has
Some
been,
people
Mike.
been a
But
long
take us
time.
all the way back to your first job, Mike. What was your first job, your first paycheck job, or the first thing you got paid for? Is that...
Do you want like normal
Whatever.
job or
Anything.
My first normal job was working at Tesco, which I feel like is not that interesting.
No.
Was it a
but my
big...
first-
Wait. Our listeners want to know.
Yeah.
They need to know. Was it a big Tesco or was it a Tesco?
It was a big Tesco. It was the one in Hove, the really big one in
the
Hove.
big one at home.
Yeah. With the
live
the
near
cost strap there.
there.
Oh, do you?
Beep, beep.
Yeah. I fucking loved being on the till. I actually did once have a woman tell me to slow down, and she got really pissed off at me because I just kept scanning stuff, and she was like, "Can you calm down, please? I can't pack that fast." And I was like, "Yeah, but I'm actually playing a mini game right now. Like,
That's
I'm having a
pretty
nice
fun.
time."
I love that.
Well, it was fine.
It's a bit like that in Little do that, don't they? They do really,
No,
really
little,
fast.
is Little not the one where there's no end on the end
Yeah,
of the runway, and it's like you have
And
to
then you just have to keep going. And there's literally no rest. No rest for the wicked. My first job in dance, though, was I started dancing quite late. I started dancing at like 17. And then I did a job with E3 Events at the Hilton. And I was doing jazz dance for a charity ball. And it was very fun.
show us your jazz hands.
There you go.
That'll get some viewers.
You have to
Click
watch
that.
on the YouTube channel now to see
Yeah,
that
you
if you're
have to
listening.
if you want to see my jazz hands.
That
It
was
was so good.
impressive jazz hands. Okay.
But yeah, that was fun. It was. I was kind of thrown into it because I was 17 and I'd started getting like proper technical training as a dancer at 17. So they kind of were like, "Well, you're good enough. Let's go." And I literally was like, and it was really stressful. And we did like 3 or 4 numbers, and it was with like it was like a whole charity thing where like rich people go and like donate. They like they like compete. It was like they like compete to like basically be able to donate to their charity of choice.
I'm the better person. No, I'm the better person.
Basically, yeah. And then they had like their backup dancers. I did what is it? Material Girl. I remember that being the first one I learned, and wow, did I love it! I was obsessed with it. I had the best time ever. And we had like fans and stuff. It was great fun, fanning ourselves.
I thought you were talking
and
about
also
the
the
people.
fans. Obviously, they were also my fans.
Would not leave you alone.
Like, do you know what I mean? But yeah, that was my
So what age were you when you got the Tesco job then?
16.
16.
But I quit after like a year because doing that and college was too much because I went to like a performing arts college. So I was just doing that like 9 a.m. till about 5 or 6 p.m. Monday to Friday. Because we were the only class, so they just had us in all the time. And then I'd have to do Tesco on the weekend, Saturday, Sunday, and I was like, you know what, this is too much. It's too much for me, so I just stopped that. And I wasn't earning enough to make it worth it. Do you know what I mean? Like 16-year-old wages, doing 2 4-hour shifts on the weekend. Also, I was 16. I didn't want to be spending my weekend
In
at
Tesco.
Tesco.
So every
Tesco
little
Mary.
didn't
Oh my
help.
God, you were Tesco Mike.
Every little did not help.
Shout out to Tesco in case you want to sponsor.
Because every little bit
Tesco
will help.
might-
It does help. Tesco, please.
And Andrea, what was your first job?
Gosh, my first job was probably. Do you know the Friendly Society in Soho?
Yeah.
That was my first job. I was a barman at the Friendly Society.
That was your first job?
Yeah,
Shut
when I was
up.
18. Yeah, in uni.
Wow.
So I'm Italian, and Italians like do not usually work throughout school.
I love that little hand gesture in the corner. Yeah.
Exactly.
Italians
exactly.
don't
Just in
work
case
through
anyone
school.
got
Okay,
confused.
it's not a done thing. Okay.
No, well, I mean, and I was in school from like 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. And in Italy, you have to do all your extracurricular activities like after school. So when I was in dance from 6 to 9 every day, and we went to school on Saturdays as well. Oh, wow. So it was just crazy. Yeah.
Oh, wow. Normal to go to school on Saturdays.
Yeah.
Monday
It
to
might have changed now, but at the time, yeah.
So you really only had Sunday free.
yeah.
Oh, so your first proper job was in a really cool bar in Soho.
Yeah,
I love that.
if you've never seen the
Love
Friendly
that for you.
Society, you will love this. It's got like Barbie
The
dolls
Barbies
on the
all
ceiling.
over the
Yeah,
ceiling. It's
very
still
cool.
there, Friendly Society.
I think it is. It's changed a fair bit.
Yeah. I used to go back in the day when I worked in Burberry. We used to go for the fun night out after being in work, and Friendly Society is always where we used to go.
Yeah.
It's always quite cool. They've always got cool music, cool DJs.
Yeah.
So first job, and what? So I don't need to ask you the question of what did it feel like being a queer person in that space, because I'm guessing it was quite easy. Andrea,
Gosh, I mean,
in Friendly Society.
I was living the dream. Yeah. I mean, for me, it was very like I'm in the middle of Soho. I'm a barman in a queer bar. You know, we would finish at midnight. Then we could get in anywhere we wanted in Soho for free. Everyone just give us drinks. So it's very like, oh wow, like I'm part of Soho. It felt very cool.
Oh my God, yeah, I'm so happy for you, Andrea.
Why the fuck
yeah,
did I
that's so
work
good.
at Tesco? Are you joking? Sorry.
You were like,
I'm
you're in
fuming.
Tesco.
So Mike, let's take it back to Tesco. So how was it working as a 16-year-old in Tesco?
So
Were
good.
you-
I could
were-
get into any aisles I
any
wanted.
aisle.
All those aisles, I would go down them and people would be waving. They were
Yeah.
literally obsessed with me. Like,
Could you get into Waitrose for free?
no, we did have to pay actually. Yeah, no, there was a bouncing door.
Tell us, you were 16-year-old Mike. Were you out? Were you?
I was, yeah.
And
Yeah,
what was
yeah.
it like being a queer kid in that space?
Well, I grew up in Portslade, so it's a bit mixed because it's close enough to Brighton that people are generally supportive, but it's just far enough out of Brighton and a bit of a shit area that people aren't really that supportive. So it was very much a mixed bag. Like you had like a lot of people in school that were very like, yeah, like, oh my God, good for you. And then a lot of people also then like, you know, throwing the F slur and starting shit basically.
Yeah.
But it was like fine. I mean, yeah, I just don't really think about it very much.
Yeah.
Also now like living like so central and like being with my partner for like 6 years and like all my friends are queer. Like we've got one token straight girl in our friendship group,
Love
which
that.
is lovely.
Bless her heart.
Shout out Hannah. But like aside from
Actually,
that, like,
shout out Hannah.
No, honestly,
because she's having to
shout
deal
out
with
Hannah.
straight men. Okay.
And
And
I
like-
agree. Unfortunately, it's rough for her.
And while we have to sometimes deal with straight men, I mean,
we get to choose not to
questionably
most of the time.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm a Christian?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Inverted commas.
Exactly.
Lovely. Oh.
But
Okay.
I did have a girl at Tesco's who was like, she just absolutely loved me. And I think it was because I was gay. But also I was kind of like at that age, I was like, I don't care if you want to call you a gay best friend. Like, I don't like it. But I'm also kind of like, I don't need that right now. Do
You
know what I
can't
mean?
spot those people though.
Oh
It's
my
like
God.
I'm making your life more
from
interesting,
a fucking
aren't I?
mile away. I was making her life. Those shifts, she's literally had the best time ever. She hated when I wasn't on shift with her. But they used to remove us from each other because they were like, you two can't be near each other because you just talk all the time. And we were like, so
We're building the
having fun.
culture.
yeah.
So were you in Tesco when there was Tesco Mary? Do you remember Tesco Mary?
What's that?
You don't know Tesco Mary.
Sorry, I'm just so
She was
young.
on the X
Niche
Factor.
So
reference.
young.
You're so
You're too young. She was on the X Factor and they called her Tesco Mary.
R.I.P. X Factor.
I love the X Factor.
There was a lady called
You were
Tesco
too
Mary.
busy
She went to
being
the
Tesco
final.
I
Mike.
was too busy being Tesco Mike. Yeah. Me and Mary, we clashed. Honestly, we did
The
not
two
get
M's.
along. Yeah, the two M's. There can only be one.
So you mentioned getting into dance late, which was 17. I mean,
yeah.
when did
So old.
you come in? It's a dance special, by the way, everyone. When, Andrea, when did
So I was 17, so yeah.
I got into dance really late as well, at 15.
Really at 15.
But in the dance
Are you
world,
talking
like,
about
that is
people who are
late.
like literally from classes from when they're
Yeah,
kids in a
yeah.
certain
A lot
time?
of
Time
a lot
too.
of people that are like professional dancers, they're the ones that have been going to classes since they were like 3 years old, and
Right.
they've
Yeah.
trained it. Because
Okay.
also like you set up those foundations in your technique and all
Right.
of that stuff, and it's like if you miss out on that, your body doesn't get used to it. So then you have to work like twice as hard to try and catch up.
And does that usually start in like, because I know of like the ballet schools that kids go to when they're young, but does it usually start in certain practice for people and that's how they access the world of dance? Or is it like mixed skills in dance that people access it? Or how did you get into dance, Andrea?
Gosh, I got into it because of MTV and Britney. And
What was that show with MTV? I don't know. That's a
what's
reference I don't remember. They used to do the dance offs, and it
Oh,
was the guy
with
who.
Wade Robson. Oh my God, yeah, absolutely.
Oh, I was obsessed with that MTV back then.
Too.
You don't
I
know.
think that was
Wade, yeah.
a huge part of my from like that the Wade Robson show.
The Wade Robson show,
Yeah.
and used to the fashion and the way they used to wear
Yeah,
clothes.
yeah.
I loved it.
Gosh,
Yeah.
yeah, but I just wanted that back in dancer music video fantasy. You know, that was very much the goal. And I don't know if you can relate, but for me, like I'm such a better performer now than I ever was 15 years ago. But at the time, like I remember when I was 18, I was just so brave and so delusional. And I would go to these auditions being like, I can fake that'll be fine. And you would just get work out of pure delusion. Like, and now I'm like, I can't believe I was going to those auditions. Like,
But you have to. I mean, there is
have
an
to.
element of queer delusion that it's like,
Oh, gosh. Yeah.
and it's not just queerness and stuff we talk about in the podcast all the time with people is like, these are transferable skills to the straight world. It's just that we know that we have to break rules and we have to break shit to get other shit done, you know, because we don't fit or we don't, right? Yeah.
But it's true everywhere. I think even in the business world, when you talk to
Yeah.
people, you got to believe it, right?
Yeah.
If you
Believe what
believe
you-
it, you can do whatever you want. But if you went in there thinking, "Oh, I can't do it," you're not going to get it. It's true. But whether you believe it's right or whether you believe it's wrong, what you can get it. It will happen. If you believe, "Oh, I can't get it," you won't get it. If you believe I can get it, you're more likely to get it. I really strongly believe that.
And
That's what I love, and I think that's why young people do so well. Where you've got this kind of firm belief. Yeah, I can fucking do it.
So two things have come to mind. One, I want to ask you because as we're talking about back then, the Wade that show and music videos, because music videos used to be a thing and aren't so much anymore. But I remember whenever a new music video came out for anything, like I mean, Britney when she dropped "Slave for You."
Yeah.
oh my God, let's
The
talk
things
about
that woman can do with a sarong,
Don't
like
get
what
Andrea
is
started on
happening?
Britney.
The sweat, Sweat was a paid actor in that video. Like,
That's why I'm a massive Britney fan.
Yeah.
I know all the facts.
Yeah.
That sweat cost like something like $50,000. Like
they were
the
all
fake
like
sweat. Yeah.
that video, and then also the other one that these all have a theme because they're groups of sweaty people in close proximity. But the video that Kylie Minogue did for Slow, where she's around the pool and like
Oh my God.
the really slow choreo of music videos were such
We are such huge fan
my God.
of slutty like
Music videos.
commercial. Like, for sure.
I used to come home from school and put on Vivo and just sit there and watch the music videos.
Vivo.
Because I didn't have my family poor. So we didn't have very poor, Port Slade.
Poor Slade.
Yeah, below the breadline. But like, so I would just come home and literally my mum would be like, right, before you sit and watch music videos for the next hour and a half, you have to go like fold your uniform, you have to do your homework. Like, so I'd literally have to like do all my things and then I'd literally be like, oh my God, I get to sit and watch music videos.
Yeah.
And like, I remember when TikTok by Kesha came out and I remember watching that video and being like, oh, so the party girl lifestyle is for me. Great. Little 7-year-old, 8-year-old Mike being like, this is what I want in life. And I can't wait. And I just loved it.
I love that.
I just love music.
What's the video?
Uni already.
Oh, wait.
What's that video that she also just came out with where she's slapping that guy's ass?
Origami. Oh my God.
So good.
So good,
Choreographed
isn't
by
it?
Robbie Blue, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
He can do
Such
that.
a good video.
Robbie Blue.
So what, I mean, that has changed, obviously, because we used to, I mean, I'm looking at you, I don't know actually what age you are. You're very young, Andrea, I'm sure.
Yeah.
But
I was born in the 80s.
I was born in the 80s too.
Yes.
Lovely. But there was that time of like, you literally would wait for a music video to come out. And also, every album that was released, it would usually have 3 or 4 music videos that were
Yes.
released as part of it. And we would see that through MTV or through music channels and stuff. But it's kind of just, you're lucky if people do a visualizer for something or if someone does something. Is that like the step? Because I know that you make incredible videos and you do it as a project and you do it as something that's meaningful. And how has that shifted? And are people still seeing value
I
in
think it's coming
music
back.
video?
I think it's coming back like a lot. I feel like music videos got quite boring and everyone just kind of did that like we're standing or we're at a party and having a good time. But like, you know, there's like
Hello 90s, early
new
90s.
pop girls like Adele, for example. I don't know if either of you know Adele, but she's like a Slovakian, I believe.
Slovakian.
Yeah, she's Slovakian and she was on like this show called Dream Academy, which was to get into Cat's Eye.
Oh, yeah, I
yeah,
know
yeah.
that.
And then
I
she
hate Cat's Eye,
got
great.
eliminated, and everyone was like, I watched it live, and I literally was like, what the hell? I was fuming. But she does like music videos, like dance, like all of it. Like she's really into it. But I feel like they are all the new pop girls are really bringing back music videos, and it's just, and they're all so good.
Well, don't you think everyone was getting super lazy and then K-pop kind of took
Oh
over?
my god, K-pop lit a
And all the
fucking fire
Americans were like
under people's arse. They were like, oh,
literally.
okay, so we actually do need to
Yeah.
step our pussies up. Do you know what I mean?
But it does so much. I mean, yeah, lazy visualizers and things are awful, but like things where it supports the story of the narrative, because music is, I mean, it's obviously like a very visceral thing. It's something that you hear and you feel, but having that kind of thing, like Rosalia, whenever she came out with her album and did
my
those
God.
videos, oh my God, like there's so many
Beautiful.
things. And also the whole economy of who you work with and how you work with them. And, you know, there's loads of things wrong with the music industry in terms of how artists actually make money. But that is, it just adds to the richness, doesn't it?
There's so many artists like I mean, I would imagine when you create a song, you kind of imagine what that looks like visually. So yeah, it just makes sense to keep that art alive.
I watched a video the other day, and I can't believe I've seen it, was about Jamiroquai. Do you remember that one where he's in the box?
Yeah.
You knew the floor wasn't moving.
Was it not?
No, it was the walls around him.
Yeah.
So they were moving the walls and he was dancing to make it look like the floor.
Wow.
But it blew my mind because it looks like it's the floor's moving, but it's
yeah.
not. They were moving the walls around him.
I did see a video. I don't know if it was, I'm not really on social media that much, but I saw a video of someone saying every video from the 90s was as if it's been filmed through a cheese grater. And it was like the videos of spinning cheese grater just being like. So what? So tell us more about. So you got into dance when you said you were 15.
15, yeah.
And was that still in Italy or were you here?
Yeah, it was in Italy. So I lived in Italy until I was 18.
Okay.
I just moved here for uni and basically never left. But yeah, I always had, well, I mean, I didn't really always have a huge passion for dance. I would say once I discovered dance, then it was like, oh, this is definitely it. But I've always had a huge passion for film as well, which is why when I moved here, I got a degree in film and TV production. And now I really love to mix those two worlds together when I do my projects, really.
Amazing. I love that. And you've done, how many Pride videos have you done now?
This is year 8.
This is year 8.
I know.
And through the magic of this recording, the 8th one will have already been released by the time we air this
And it looks
episode.
so good and everyone loves it.
Everyone,
It's
it's
amazing.
a big step.
Oh.
But what was that like to record? Because you did it in Stanmore Park, didn't you?
Yeah, so to be honest,
a lot.
every single year we're always like, how are we what are we doing this year? How can we go bigger? And this year we're doing Click Like Symphony. No, this year we have done.
That's right. It's
We're
always
in the future.
It's already happened.
It's already happened. It's 6 minutes long. It's basically a short film. So we really pulled all the stops for it.
I love it. And you, how many of you have been involved in, Mike? Was this
Gosh,
4?
4?
Yes.
4.
4, I think.
I think 4 of them. I don't quite remember.
4,
but this year
but
is
2 as assistant choreographer.
Yeah, 2 is, so I've been assistant choreographer this year and last year.
Okay.
And then also this year I've now been on the creative team as well, which has been great fun. And I've done the styling for both years as well.
Yes.
So
we all
did
do
my
10
set
jobs.
dressing. We basically all do like 100 jobs, storyboarding, like all of it. We had our meetings like since the middle of April
Literally,
onwards until filming basically. And even when we start, we've not had a meeting yet. We're having one next week.
We are
having our last meeting next week.
So do you feel a lot of pressure building up? Because obviously every year it's kind of a thing. How do we do it better?
Yeah, for sure. Like, it completely takes over my life. I mean, it's a project that I care about so deeply. Like, to be honest, I'm just so compelled to do it at this point. That like once you build something that has gone from year on year, and you build a following on the project as well, you can't really stop. You know, so
It's like,
it's like let's not stop this train. So how are we making it bigger? What are we doing different? What is the vision this year? And I think every year as well. I mean, the project really started as just friends getting together. It started with Britney, actually, because obviously when Britney did Brighton Pride, I was like, right, what are we doing? It was the first year I moved to Brighton as well, so it felt like a match made in heaven.
Strong start.
God, was that 8 years ago?
That was 2017.
Brittany, because we were there.
Yeah,
that was
Oh my
18.
god! And I was at Tesco.
18.
2018. You were
I
at
was at
Tesco.
Tesco. Yeah.
You were
a child at Tesco.
you were scanning chicken at Tesco beep, 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 really fast. That was that you?
For you.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, we were like initially it was just friends getting together and making a cute pop video, and now it's very political, very queer, very what are we saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. For sure.
I love that. I think I mean, it's very similar to things we talk about with clients all the time. It's like, how do you make things better? But you reframe it from not the kind of stressed part of like, oh, how do we make this better? We have to make this better for outside perception. It's like from the inside, how do we push ourselves? How do we achieve new things? How do we like platform the right things? How do we, I guess there's a lot of responsibility that comes with that, but there's also a lot of inner growth that comes with that.
For sure.
And this year's like really different compared to what we've done before. I mean, we've gone for much more of like a kind of like art house type vibe. It's not like a super linear story. There's still a story there, but it's not like you would like, you can kind of watch it and be like, oh, this just as a piece of visual media looks great, but there is also like emotions and story within there. And like I literally like love like weird alternative art house shit basically, and I was like, please, and then we did, and I'm so like, honestly, like it just looks so good, and I feel like especially compared to last year was super, it was Mariah Carey, so it was super glamorous in the pavilion, like having pretend sleepovers, do you know what I mean?
I loved all those ties to that though.
Do you know what I mean? Like it was really fun, but then this year it's like, it's really gritty, it's grungy, it's like super, alternative, just super fun. Oh, I love it.
Nice.
We were in our element this year, 100%.
Yeah, this is very our type of
very
queer.
us, very us.
Very us.
Yeah,
I'm so gutted we couldn't make it, but I would love to. I'm definitely going to be part of next year's show.
Okay,
But
because you've seen the video now and you
It's
loved
amazing.
it, right?
It's
fabulous.
So good.
Yeah.
How could you miss it?
Especially
Exactly.
loved. So the last episode that we just had featured the sea serpents, who I hear you had 30 of them.
Yeah.
Yes.
How was that?
That was amazing. I mean, I love the sea serpents in different ways.
Don't
We heard all about their rugby drinking games where they drank the sea serpent Sally's babies as part of their. It's a whole.
I don't know what that sentence means.
Yeah,
But I'm on board.
Yeah, I'm doing it.
Okay,
I'll be a
brilliant.
Sally's baby, whatever that is. But yeah, no, I think it's also really fun to, the artist gets revealed around February every year, and it's just nice for a project to be informed by whoever that artist is. So last year with Mariah, we were like, okay, let's do Dreamy, let's do Brighton Pavilion, and once Ray was announced, like Click Clack Symphony is just this massive orchestral experimental song that doesn't even follow the normal trajectory of a pop song, does it? So we were just like, let's go in, like let's do this year.
And also we went through like a couple options, didn't we? Because we were going to do Black Mascara, and we were still going to make it quite like political and stuff, but it was definitely going to be more like classically commercial dance and kind of like up against the wall grinding, that kind of thing. Do you know what I mean? But then we I think, did it release?
It released in April. Maybe?
Yeah, so I think it like when Click Clack Symphony came out, we literally were like, okay, so we're doing this, right?
Yeah,
like we
that's
literally messaged each other being like, have you heard it? Okay, shall we do this? Okay, great. Like,
After
it
a
was
month
so
of talking about the other side.
no, literally, we already started planning the other one. We were like, okay, it's like costumes, what we're
Let's
gonna do, like
change.
all this stuff, and then we were like, okay, no, we have,
You have
to
to
do this one.
adapt.
We have
You have to adapt.
And
So when you
I'm
think about
so happy we did.
there's not really that much time, is there? Because it doesn't get a nice effect. There's really not that much time to plan all of that in and get it
The turnaround
It's
is
quite
very quick.
Really,
tight,
really quick. Yeah. But it's fun. We quite like the stress.
And we've also got Diana, don't we, this year? Is it Diana Ross this year as
Diana
well?
Ross is on Sunday.
Sunday.
Yes.
Sunday.
You know.
Was on Sunday.
Was on
Yeah,
Was
she
on Sunday.
was.
Was
She
she
was.
brilliant?
Wasn't she
Oh my gosh,
brilliant?
She was
Oh my
amazing.
god!
Arriving by helicopter.
The way she's sung those songs that she sings.
And on that stage.
That Diana
Oh,
Ross stuff that she
Yeah,
did.
and leaving in the helicopter.
Yeah,
Have you seen her? Have you ever seen her when
Super
she did the
Bowl.
Super Bowl in the
Oh,
80s?
They literally chopper her in. Like
No,
they,
they chopper her out. So literally, she's doing a song, and this helicopter lands in the Super Bowl, and she literally gets in.
Strap
They
her
tie
in.
her in, and she's singing as she flies off. Literally singing.
Go and Google it now.
It's
listen,
it's
well, after
crazy.
the
Go
episode.
Google it.
We
She
should have got
literally,
Diana Ross
I've
and
seen
then done
that.
that as part of the video.
She
literally.
Chopper in the budget.
It's all flat. Her hair is like this.
But she's
and
still singing
Like, she's
live.
still
That is
singing. Singing while she
gorgeous.
like takes off and leaves Super Bowl. It's in the
watch
80s.
that.
It's crazy.
Yeah,
I think it's probably the most iconic Super Bowl ever. Where she's like, right,
incredible.
okay, guys, I'm off. I'm done. Literally,
That's
she's like, I've
amazing.
done my set. I'm off, and literally gets an helicopter and it's off.
So good.
Oh,
Singing.
good for her.
So let's talk a bit about the business of dance. So whenever you're getting into dance and you if you want it as a career, if you want to do what do those options look like, and what is that trajectory of someone who wants to be in dance and wants to be part of that world?
What a loaded question. I would say.
Is it loaded?
Well,
There's so many parts of it.
how do you be a dancer in the current industry? I would
Yeah.
say. For me, well, I've had quite a particular path. I would say I've done the whole commercial world. I would say between the age of 19 to 22. When I was in uni, I auditioned for this artist called Ebony Bones, and she was touring Europe. And I got the job, so I was literally writing my dissertation between flights, which was the dream. It was very fun. But it was also like extremely tiring. I did that for 2 years. And then I remember I was in London, and I was very much feeling like I didn't quite belong to the street dance commercial world. I didn't quite belong to the contemporary world because my formation as a dancer has been all over the place. So you kind of just make it work for you. I'm very quick at picking up choreography because I've always had to be a very good copier to get work. So even if I didn't have the technique, I was always like, I can fake that, I can fake this. And that got me pretty far. But I just wasn't really getting the satisfaction that I wanted. So in 2023 or 24, I moved to New York for a year. And I did a year of really intense dance training at Broadway Dance Center. And they really pushed me to choreograph more. And they gave me the platform. And then I came back to London feeling very self-assured and very, if I don't feel like I belong in the street dance world or the contemporary world, I'm going to start my own company and everyone can move how I move, and this is what it's going to be. So then I invested all my savings. I created this show about a gay relationship, which was based on my own experience, a pretty terrible breakup. And at the time, the movement was very street dance, hip-hop inspired. And at the time, it still was very unusual to see queer stories told through that medium. So I took this show at the Edinburgh Fringe. And it got 4 stars from The Guardian and The Times, and I had a career. That's all it took. All my money.
That's all it was.
all it was. But
it was a leap of faith. It was a chance, and it was something that we work with business owners all the time who make big decisions in their life and change things for that hope that things are going to be the way they will be. And I think that's in some careers and in some things there's roots, which is why I asked the question. There's roots to access, and there's ways that you get through it. Absolutely. And there's the normal ways to do it. And as queer people, I think we all know that there's not a normal way to do anything. You do it the way you need to do it. But I think specifically in the creative fields and in dance and in art and in those kind of fields, there's definitely more irregularities in terms of how you make it, and some of that is luck and chance, and some of that is preparation and all of that.
Well, I often that luck and chance. So I don't think it always is that. People say always luck or chance, but I think you have to put yourselves in that
Absolutely.
situation. You have to be that positive person. You have to believe in yourself to go out there. Otherwise, you won't be lucky.
Queer delusion.
Absolutely.
Right, you've got to
mass
create it.
delusional,
So
right.
actually, is it luck? No, it's actually me putting myself out
Yeah.
there and believing in myself, and that's why that luck happens. So people, oh, they're really lucky, but actually, no, it's because I believe in myself and I go and do it. Otherwise, if you didn't believe in yourself, you didn't go and do it, and you're down, then that wouldn't happen. So that
Yeah.
luck wouldn't happen.
Exactly.
You know, and there's people believing in you. I always say that if you are passionate about something you do, people feel that energy and they want to be part of it. And that is when the luck happens.
So I guess there are a lot of, you know, there's a lot of queer people, there's a lot of people from the community in the dance world, I guess. And I think the only thing I've kind of wondered about is, you know, you've got a lot of straight artists or a lot of people who are tapping into that kind of world as part of their visuals.
It's cool to be us now, isn't
I
it?
was gonna say, well, yeah, exactly. And this being, and even when it wasn't cool to be us, you know, and you've got these kind of things of obviously massive Madonna fans and things about, you know, tapping into that group of people and that kind of feeling to propel what they are doing as an artist, whether it's for good intent or not good intent. I mean, TBC, we don't always know those people personally or don't know them, but it's like, it's tapping into that kind of, because I guess the choreographer is the one that's setting the feel, the vibe. You talked about, you know, do we want to go with this kind of direction? You've got all of these points of reference from a queer perspective a lot of the time because it's subversive and it's things that people want to tap into. Do you feel like that happens a lot where there's that commercialization of what it means to be queer and what it means to be subversive?
I mean, being queer. Well, I think it's funny because in the arts it feels very in right now. It's almost like,
Oh my God,
if you're
yeah.
straight, what are you doing?
Yeah, absolutely.
But from a political point of view, it's like the worst it's been in a very long time. So it's this balance. It feels like a weird balance at the moment, I would say.
I feel like kind of like the underground scene, like especially with the music, like there's artists like Nina Girachi and like others that are really like shooting up and skyrocketing right now who for a while have been very like alternative and kind of been viewed as a bit more like, oh, it's like weird music. It's like that kind of like electronic dance stuff that's just like a little bit, it's not something you'd hear at like, I don't know, like Patterns in Brighton or like Legends, do you know what I mean? Shout out Legends. Love you.
Sponsor.
Sponsor, love you.
Sponsor Legends,
I'm saying we'd hit that.
I get what you mean, yeah.
But it's like those kind of artists that make those kind of like more interesting and kind of like sounds and like take risks are kind of skyrocketing, and then also choreographers are also getting more famous, the ones that do weird shit basically, like Cat's Eye. I mean, I think they've like their choreographers are both gay men as far as I'm aware. And one of them, Grant Gilmore, he is a bizarre man in the way that he dances, and I love it. Like, I think like he's great. He just does weird stuff. I don't know if you've seen the clip of that guy doing this and then he like grabs his nipples and does that.
Yeah.
But he does that as part of one of his dances.
Yeah.
And it's like, but then he takes that to Cat's Eye, they do weird moves, and then it's kind of like keeps spreading. But I do think it's very in right now to be weird and queer coded and alternative and like the kooky one. Do you know what I mean?
Authentic.
And authentic. But then for a while, like for so long, it's been like, oh, what are you doing? Like, that's so weird. Just dance normally. But it's really taken like center stage at the moment.
But I think it's also because of social media. Like, we're so
100%.
starved for authenticity now. You know, there was a period where everything had to be so perfect, and now it's like, fuck that.
Yeah.
Like, everyone's just like, and I feel very empowered in showcasing my movement in a way that I've never had before. Like, you know, there's always that voice in the back of your head that is like, maybe if I made it more like this, should it be more like this?
Oh my God, yeah.
And
all
now
the time.
we're literally on this trajectory that is so like you do you, because people want to see your voice, they want to see your vision. And that's quite empowering, I would say.
I love it. I was just thinking whenever you said about the older style of, I feel like there's this resurgence of, you know, the Tate McRae's of the world who are doing stuff from back in the day and having these slick videos of being like, oh, I'm going to be sexy and I'm going to do this, versus the kind of thing they're like, shit, that looks really cool. That movement is different, something I've never seen before. So I guess, as with everything, there's a cycle of repetition of what's been before, and then just batshit stuff that actually is going to set the precedent for stuff.
But the bad shit stuff mixed with the sexual stuff is the best.
Yeah.
Oh my God, yeah.
That's what we do.
Yeah.
I love that. I love that.
Kind of like that where, you know, Pink, I love Pink, where she's like just crazy when she's on
Love
stage,
Pink.
like insane. We seen her twice, didn't we? And like how she sings and goes fucking flying around.
Whoa,
It's
whoa,
mad.
whoa, yeah.
Absolutely
I've seen her
insane.
3 times as well.
Yeah, we've seen her
she's
twice.
such
We've seen
good
her.
energy, isn't she?
I used to be
Yeah.
obsessed with Pink as a child. Oh my
Yeah,
god,
me too.
like severely.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
just mad what
love
she
her.
does, and people. I don't think people really, and I think you don't recognize. Also, it is quite that whole thing. People don't recognize how good she's an amazing vocalist, but actually, people often just thought of her as like a dancer and doing all of these crazy things. But actually, if you listen to her, she is an incredible
she's
vocalist,
great.
and actually to go up there and do that.
I think she's one of those people as well that tapped into my MTV whenever she had the black and pink hair doing just
Yeah.
like
Just
a
like
pill.
That was I
Just
used to
like
She's
watch that.
alternative, yeah.
I used to
The
recreate
elephant.
that.
She was
in my
speaking to
bedroom.
me. I was that queer kid who was kind of like a bit goth, but also like,
Yeah.
am I femme or goth or that? Can that coexist? And then
Sure.
Pink was out here telling us that we could fucking do what we want. I loved it.
But
Every year we're like, it's going to be Pink at Pride this year. And it
I
never
know.
is.
I know. We seen her at
Yeah.
Hyde Park. We seen her at Hyde Park BST.
BST, she was
Yeah.
so good.
And we were like, is she going to do it? And they had all the cranes. So they
did
had
it
the
out
cranes in the park, and she
wow.
actually flew over. It was crazy.
Over Hyde Park.
Pink's flying again.
like
Literally.
mad. And then we seen her
Someone
in
call
the,
her mom, Pink's flying again.
and then
Get down.
then we seen her the year after in the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, which was cool.
Yeah,
because
that was
obviously
cool.
all the rigging is just it's incredible. It must be some like work goes into that.
Yeah.
Okay, when I was 16, I saw Pink open for Justin Timberlake in Phoenix, Arizona.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
wow.
Wow.
Yeah, gosh. Imagine, like, yeah, she's so much bigger now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Opening for Justin
When,
Timberlake.
when
How
he
was the
did
Justin Timberlake?
Future Sex Love Sound.
Okay.
When he
What year
still
was
big.
that? Was that in?
2016 was it, or 17?
Oh, okay.
No, lies.
No.
Sorry, 2006, 2007.
2006.
10 years before that.
Yeah, 10 years. Yeah, that was when Justin became quite big with the whole McDonald's thing.
Oh, I'm loving it. Yeah,
I'm loving
of
it. That
course.
was his whole because I was there working them and he
Selling
was like,
out.
selling
For the
out.
commercial.
He
That's why
created-
we call it
He
selling out.
created
Did you
that.
sell
Yeah,
it?
selling out. He did. He sold that song. Yeah, that was like that
I wonder
was
how
what-
much he got paid for that.
Wow. And they still use that still
crazy.
till this day, don't they?
Yeah.
But anyway,
I would say that Justin's "Can't Stop the Feeling" is one of the worst songs ever made. I hate that song. It was so,
Is that a
and
hot
Happy by
take or is
Pharrell
that just
Williams.
the... Oh, yeah. Happy by Pharrell Williams.
Those are not queer songs. Like, they're
No.
such straight songs.
No. They're not.
Do you know what I do quite like Happy by Pharrell Williams because it does make me think of Minions. Minions are really in right now. I don't know what's happened. I kind of am obsessed with them.
Minion
I,
coding.
no, honestly, so Minion code. They're just so. Oh, I love Minions. I used to hate them, but I feel like so many people just really come around to them now, including myself. Sorry, not to derail the conversation.
So started your dance company in 2023, did you say? 2024?
No, in 2014.
2014.
Yeah. So it's been 201 Dance Company has been going on, for just over 10 years.
Wow.
And it's
Congrats.
called 201 because I started in New York and I was living in apartments 201 in Manhattan.
You did say that, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how it started.
Wow. And what does that look? What does the business look like right now? What have you? I guess you've got loads of different people you bring in depending on the project.
Yeah, it looks pretty good to be honest. So we go between doing these big films for Brighton Pride, which again, like every year they just get more and more involved. Always with the same budget, so hi sponsors.
Yeah, shout out sponsors.
Yeah.
Shout out to the
Who's your
sponsor.
dream
Hi,
type of
legends.
sponsor? Let's talk about that.
My dream sponsor.
Just anyone with money.
Anyone with money. Like, I will happily sell out.
Yeah.
I'm very happy.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure you'd love if like Strap Metal sponsored
Oh
us.
well, I mean, so obviously I work with Strap Metal quite closely. But yes, Strap Metal would be an amazing sponsor. But any queer brands, to be honest, that would like to get involved would be
Nice.
amazing. But
Give
we
us
go
the budget.
between give us the budget. But we go between these big films, and then we also create productions that tour nationally and internationally. I actually I lost my mum to cancer 3 years ago, and I'm making a show about that now. And that's going to be our big project for 2027. And that's massive plans.
Wow, nice. And how many people does those kind of shows usually involve? Like,
So about 15, a team of 15,
Okay.
I would say. So before doing this show, we finished a tour of this show called Sad Book, which was an adaptation of this children's book by Michael Rosen. And when Michael Rosen wrote it, he really just wanted to explain to children that it's okay to be sad, it's okay to feel sad. And as an adult, I had never read anything that spoke to my mental health and grief the way this book did. So yeah, we turned it into a show. It took me over 5 years to make it. It was a little bit insane, but Michael loved it. He was on tour with us. He was on stage.
Really?
Yeah, and the show itself, I mean, it's got like a shower on stage. It's all projection mapped. Yeah, that was good.
I love that. I love that. And so you have been touring with the company, or no? You're just working on these projects. So what do you do outside of that?
I teach dance mainly, so yeah. But it's allowed me to not have to get a normal job, which has been great.
Good.
Love it.
But then I also do like other stuff. Like I've done like some music videos and stuff. Always have fun with that. But I really enjoy teaching, because I think I'm a very good teacher.
So people say like that reference of a normal job, like teaching and imparting your knowledge and your experience is more of a job than any other person, but I know it is sometimes seen in that context of like, get like a normal job is seen as the straight-laced jobs of that. Like, who fucking wants one of those?
But I don't teach in like schools. The only school place I teach is a performing arts college. It's actually the same place. It was the same people who taught me. Basically, it was like they started this thing, then they left, and now they've started up another one. And so now I teach there with the people who taught me when I was younger, which is crazy, full circle, and I love it. They're literally like my family. But yeah, so that's the most like school setting. But I work with, like, I teach adult classes as well, and then I also work with like some youth companies like Project Female. And yeah, we do lots of like mental health stuff and all of that. Big advocate for mental health. Love it. Well, you know what I mean. Love mental health.
Don't you just love mental health?
I'm so into mental health.
I'm really
lately.
aspiring to have mental health. No, it's so true. I used to. So I went through really really hard time, as I'm sure many people can relate to. Whenever you go through a really bad period of mental health, and you can't really see any light or you can't see any happiness. A big thing for me was dancing naked in my kitchen. And it was literally like any sort of movement that you can do to get yourself, it snaps you out of things. And it's like, it's magic. And I think that's what I was saying before about music and movement being absolute magic and intrinsic to what we need as humans.
100%.
And I mean, I always feel like, imagine not having that call in life. Like, what do people do, right?
Literally.
Yeah,
literally.
It feels so intrinsic to who you are.
It is. Have you seen there was a video I saw ages ago, and it was this guy was dancing, and it was used as it was used for something else in some sort of in a TED talk or something. But it was this guy who started dancing in the middle of a field, in the middle of a park. And whenever he was dancing on his own, he was just like, it wasn't professional dance, but he was just dancing. And then it was kind of everyone was kind of looking at him and talking, and you could see people kind of doing side glances. And then someone joined in and started dancing with him. And then the progression from that to everyone dancing, and then it flipped to the people sitting down with the weird ones. And it was this point on us judging people on what they're doing versus us feeling the joy of participation. These vastly different things, but you have to cross that barrier into that, feeling it and being part of it, and then you're part of something.
Absolutely. I think that's why I like working with like young people, especially, is because a lot of them, especially now, like with like cringe culture and all this like shit of like them being so embarrassed to show their feelings. Like I've just finished I made like a 50-minute dance show for a college, and the girls for like a lot of the first few weeks were really like, I don't want to do that. Like, I don't want to do that right now. Like, it's so embarrassing. They didn't want to talk about any of it. But then by the end of it, they were super, super into it, and they absolutely loved it. And like, they literally like, this is our favorite thing that we've ever done. And I was like, great. So I've done my job. Do you know what I mean? And like, I feel like they're going to go out into the world and not be worried about being the person dancing by themselves. Do you know what I mean? And that's what I hope for.
And not being cringe, a bit
cringy.
like
cringe isn't real.
Monica and Ross. Do you remember the Monica and Ross dance in Friends?
Oh,
maybe don't do that.
Do you remember that? Where they had that whole dance. But it's quite cool. Do you remember they had that dance? Or like, shall we do the dance move? Remember when they were at this thing?
The club. New Year's Eve or something.
New Year's Eve, they did. But it wasn't really New Year's Eve. But there we go,
No, I think it is. It's that power of and that whole idea. There's so much that lies behind that because cringe and that whole embarrassment, because when I was young, it wasn't cringe, it was like just being embarrassed to be different than other people. Whenever you're inside, you're screaming because you know you're different from other people. And actually, whenever you break through that and start to be, you know, there's also this authenticity, it gets used a lot, but it's like whenever you can fully look into yourself and find your identity and then express that through whatever medium you're expressing it, you just have such a better life because you attract the right people. And you
also, you have to consent to be embarrassed. That's what I would say. You actually can't be embarrassed if you don't let yourself
be embarrassed for me if you want.
No, literally, I genuinely don't get embarrassed anymore because I'm just like, if I do something that is considered embarrassing, I'm not embarrassed, and then I'm not, and I'm actually fine. Like,
I think that's the thing. As you get older, it's you kind of learn. You just don't learn to not give a fuck what people think.
Yeah.
But I think if I think back to my younger self, I used to kind of really critique myself and be a bit like, you know, I couldn't even listen to my own voice because obviously you hear it differently. You know, all of that is kind of like, but now, or I couldn't watch myself like on screen or whatever. But you just kind of learn to kind of then don't care because it's how you present. And I think that's quite freeing. And I suppose that's what dance is. It kind of just, it is letting go, isn't it? It's kind of just letting go. And I think that's when you let go that actually become the best version of yourself.
Yeah.
And I think that's the saddest thing now about, you know, we're slightly going off topic, but it relates to it because, you know, a lot of things with education where there's the standard education and there's this and there's that, and people, I feel like, I'm sure we've all heard that thing of like, oh, I don't mind who you are or what you are, just don't like push it in my face. And it's like, what, like heterosexuality has been pushed in my face since I was born, like, and that whole thing of in education, that things now with certain councils, deformed councils, taking books away from kids, and it literally takes that thing away of being able to be yourself. And surely we're just trying to get kids to be their most fullest selves, and that's I feel like that's what queerness I've always seen as the superpower of, you know. We know that path isn't for us, therefore we have to find our own, and if we're fortunate enough and we've got the right people around us and we're able to, we can then find that route. Unfortunately, a lot of kids who aren't have to like pretend to be something that they're not, and that's what people are being forced into.
I mean, I believe very strongly that, especially in this time of history that we're living in right now, we have to be so visibly queer, especially for the children. You know, like we need to be out there. We need to be recognized as queer by fellow young queers who need that example, especially when everything is being taken away.
Yeah, I think there's a lot at the minute where, you know, drag story time, drag queens are have been quite vocal hilariously about saying, listen, we don't care about your kids. And I get that that's true for a lot, and I sort of would say it sometimes as a joke, but I actually do. I really care about that kid in me who was looking for anything, and I always reference like it's never been an issue before. Like there's obviously been huge issues with other things and institutional issues, but whenever I was growing up with Lily Savage on screen and like watching Eurotrash and like Julian Clary on primetime TV and like saying the most outrageous things, like that is an education in itself, because you're seeing that the rules don't matter. And the whole point of drag, which I feel like a lot of critical people miss, is that it is playing, it's fucking with gender, it's fucking with the rules, and it's showing you that actually you can just have a good time being something different than what you've been prescribed. And I think that's joyous. Yeah.
And I would never want to be straight.
Oh, never. Gosh, imagine.
God bless the straights. Shout out to all of our allies.
Shout out to Hannah, my token straight.
Hannah.
Just getting a lot of mentions down.
Hannah, but also I never
also shout out to Sarah May, because Sarah May is an avid listener and does notes after every episode. So shout out to Sarah May.
I don't know straight people. I can't shout anyone.
I don't know any straights.
No idea.
You don't mind them. As long as they don't rub it in your face. You're okay with straights. I do. I love it. It's always a double standard.
But I always say it's so easy to forget where we come from. I mean, for me, like I grew up in Italy, which I always say is at least 20 years behind the UK, maybe 40 behind Brighton, I would say. But when I was 14, 15, and I was in a high school of 1,500 students, I was, and I think I'm a pretty educated person, but I was convinced I was the only gay kid in that school, and that is crazy. Like that is crazy that I thought that.
Yeah, same. Right. I was one in primary school, maybe not so much. I didn't think there was any queer. I didn't think there was anyone like me. Turns out there's not anyone like me. But there was no one. And then in secondary school and in grammar school, it was like, I think there was one other kid who got. And the crazy thing is, you only know because they get bullied for it as well.
Exactly.
And and then it turns out, cut to our kind of leaving school thing, and we're at the pub, and one of the straight boys was hitting on me, and I was like, "Oh, cool. Is that why you bullied me all those years?"
Classic.
Okay, cool.
But it's
Classic.
But Northern Ireland was very like Italy. Like,
Northern Ireland was
it had
like
its problems, with, the troubles and all of that. It was all the paramilitaries. There was never anything about gay.
It was always about religion.
It was always
and
about religion, Catholic and Protestant. That was what it was about. There was nothing about gay. It was kind of like, I thought I was the only gay person, and we talked about that. About sport, interestingly, in the podcast it's just gone out before this. They talked about how most queer kids don't do sport in school, but now they're coming to play rugby in their adult years. A bit like dance, where you say you came late to it. Most of the guys who are queer come late to sport because actually they don't come up through the ranks like young kids, because who come through sport. Sure. But it's interesting, isn't it? That
I guess it's
queer,
not,
you kind of almost get left behind when you're queer, because
Literally.
I used to love playing sports, and then I came out, and then people didn't want to pick me anymore, and I was really good. I was
she had the
so good. I was so good at
go join
everything.
the Sea Serpents.
You know what? I was thinking about it when they were there. I was like, I think I'd be quite good at rugby.
Do
Actually,
it. They said they're looking for
They're
recruits.
They're looking for recruits. Yeah, you
See
go
happens.
along, play.
See you on a pitch
See you on a
soon.
pitch.
Is it still a pitch in rugby?
I don't know.
It is a pitch, yeah.
Rugby.
Sport reference.
I had a really good question there, and it's just gone out of my head.
Sorry.
Access to dance. So whenever, so we talked about if you're queer, you sort of feel like you don't fit into sport, but then also you don't want to expose yourself by being in dance, I guess. But then I guess there's also an aspect of assumptions. We talked about assumptions earlier of, people assuming you need to be a certain fitness or look a certain way to be in the world of dance, but actually that's not true at all. And you always challenge that with the videos I've seen of you, like having everyone is welcome in every space, in the spaces that you create. What is that? I guess there's still a lot that needs to happen from music video aspects of commercial stuff that you see to change that, of what people look like in dance.
It's going backwards right now. With the whole I think it's such a clear correlation of when right wing ideologies come up, people want to be skinny again. Do you know what I mean? And be super in shape. And I feel like we are seeing it, especially in dance again. There's some choreographers and dancers that I've seen that the entire time I've seen them in their career, they have been not even necessarily plus size, but just curvy, and their body has just been part of who they are, and it's been completely accepted. But then the past year or so, they're on Ozempic and they're now super skinny. It's if that's what they want to do, great. But it does feel with the body thing, so I remember when I first started dancing, because I started wanting to be an actor, and then I discovered commercial dance and just watched YouTube videos and was like, wait, I want to do this. This is sick. And then turned out I had great natural rhythm, because my teacher was like, you can dance? And I was like, you can dance! And it's just kind of flying around. But I do remember my body was commented on when I was a teenager, and I remember that really stuck with me. It was about my hips, and because I've just got wide hips, got them from my mum, shout out mum. But it was just for a male dancer, typically you have to be very V-shaped, broad shoulders, and that just stuck with me. And I just feel it's weird, especially when you don't grow up dancing and then you come into it, and then people do make comments all the time. You have to. It almost feels weird, because you feel like you got to get used to it, but then you shouldn't. And I don't, because I tell them off. I just feel I don't know. I don't really know what's going with that.
Yeah, I think the sad thing is that sometimes these things need to happen where you see an unconventional or someone who is not conventionally the shape of that type of dance, doing something fucking sick that we all see, and then that it takes that to then create the momentum that we need to see more people
especially
in
in commercial, actually, because commercial it is about how you look a lot of the time. You get. When I had a buzz cut a few years ago, and I got probably more work than I ever did because I had a buzz cut, and they were like, "Oh, you look like a," because I had my beard as well, so you look like a straight guy because you got a buzz cut in your beard. You kind of look like a builder, but you can dance, so that's great. Get in, do you know what I mean? So it is a lot in commercial about.
But I will say, in the commercial world, branding yourself is extremely important. As a director and choreographer, I am extremely attracted to performers who just have this confidence and this sexual power, and yeah, I'm always that's always where my mind goes, I would say. But yeah, to have a clear identity in the commercial world, I would say is very
It's
important.
definitely what you need.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. I guess there are people. If there's anyone listening who wants to get into dance and embrace that, what would I was going to ask you what your advice would be, but is it that? Is it embrace that confidence and that that version of
It's
yourself?
all kind of like you'll get away with murder if you have
Yeah.
confidence, honestly.
You need to know who you are. Like,
And that takes a really long time.
Oh,
as
absolutely.
well. Like you kind of like fake it until you get there.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm 40 now, and I've only really figured out who I am in the last couple of years. So I guess it does. But it's that thing you always. I think that version of you at home, whenever you're dancing in front of the mirror or you're doing whatever it is you do at home in front of a mirror. Don't know where I was going with that. It is that. It's being confident enough to recognize that is you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
So you follow my Instagram, I see.
I do.
you and that damn mirror, Andrea.
Yeah, you and that.
Love
You
that
and
mirror.
that.
I'm sure the
all the
mirror
way to
loves
the
you. I'm
back.
sure that mirror loves you too.
Blushing. I can tell you clean it regularly.
He has to.
We are fast approaching the end. We could talk all day.
Yeah.
But what would be? I guess we've already talked a bit about advice. But what would both of you question do? What would your advice be to someone who wants to get into the world of dance and what that kind of looks like? What the first steps look like?
I would say I always say before you're a dancer, you're an artist. Like we're all artists. So what is your artistic voice? What is your creative voice? I feel that especially a lot of younger dancers, because they're inspired by other choreographers and other performers, they want to be that. Well, it's very important to find your own voice and find who you are. In the dance industry, it's so easy to compare yourself to everyone else because you're spending so much time in front of a mirror, completely breaking down your body, completely breaking down your shapes, and why can I not do this with the same power that this other person is doing it? So we're all different. It's just very important that is acknowledged, and that creates power rather than defeat, if that makes sense.
Good advice.
Yeah, I say pretty similar. Like, just you need to be sure of yourself, and I think you need to find what works for you when you dance, because bodies are so different. Like, I'm never going to be able to do a back bend. I've got a fucked up back. Do you know? My spine's fucked, so I'm not doing that. So I just do other things. Do you know what I mean? So I think it's very much about find what works for you, and just really push that. And then also don't get upset if you get like denied jobs or you get cut. It's not like, it feels really personal, but it's not personal, because ultimately it is work.
We always say that. We always say that.
Like it is really tough, I think, especially when dance is, it's literally your body, you're the one doing it. So it feels extra personal, because it's like, oh, you just don't like the way I look or move, but you literally can't take it that way. Because you could just be, it could just be like, oh, not what you're looking for. Also, arm strength. If you want to get into dance, please work on your arm strength.
I love that. Okay.
Sorry,
Practical
just on a technical aspect, please work on your arm strength.
Have strong arms.
Have strong arms.
It's true. We always,
for everyone.
Yeah.
We don't teach clients about arm strength, but we might start. But yeah, it's always
should.
about that. Putting yourself out there as a double-edged sword. But you put yourself out there, you are going to face more rejection. It's just about knowing that those people are not your people, and you move through.
And failure is the thing that makes you stronger. If you just keep getting success, you kind of maybe. People get success sometimes, if you see that, where they're really successful, then they fail and they don't know how to correct that. Whereas people who have been up against rejection actually go on to have a bit more longevity, because they know how to kind of face that. It's really, it's very interesting. But a question, I suppose, do you think that you would ever be able to teach Cherry Bomb to do a death drop? I don't know. I think
Listen,
it might.
If I do a death drop, it's a medical emergency. It's nothing planned. It's ever.
Cherry Bomb doing a death drop. That's what I would like to see.
I do
Now go.
I do live in a music video in my mind, I think. It doesn't quite always translate. But yeah, I guess the last thing is, how do people find you and how do people get involved? So you teach, and you've got classes that are open to the public?
To the public.
How do they find you?
Brighton Marina Studios, Wednesday, 7 p.m. See you later. Well, no, I won't. Because this is in the future now. Isn't it? Sorry, I realised that. And then you can find me on Instagram, mike.mmi. And you can follow me and look at all my beautiful, sexy photos of me posing gorgeously.
Can't wait.
And my dance videos, that as well, but...
Lovely.
Mainly this.
Yeah.
Mainly this.
And Andrea, how do people find you and get involved?
You can find me on Insta at the Andrea Walker. It's very queer and naked there. Have fun.
Ooh.
And you can find my company 201 Dance Company at 201.
yeah, don't forget.
I love that that's I love that that's a side note. I love that that's a side note. Find my naked pics and then go and look at my dance company.
If you must.
And for those that missed the Brighton Pride video that went out, where do they find that?
Yes, so they can find it on 201 Dance Company's YouTube, and there'll also be lots of preview clips on both my Insta and 201's Insta, and Brighton Pride's Insta as well.
Fabulous.
And we will post all that below, but if people want to get involved in sponsorship and that kind of stuff, they should get in touch as well.
Yes,
Anyone who wants to sponsor.
Absolutely. And
It's so
please
worth
sponsor.
Sponsor the queer
Please.
arts people. We're doing good things.
Also,
great
then we can
things.
make more than one video a year. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
We could go crazy.
Praise be.
Fabulous.
Do a queer Christmas video.
Oh my God, can I be involved in that?
Yes,
It's
you
always been my
can.
dream to be the Christmas princess from Batman Returns who gets killed by the penguin.
Yes.
Anyway,
Yes.
it's been absolutely gorgeous to have you
Thank
here.
you.
Oh,
Thank you so much
Thank
for a
you.
wonderful episode.